Welcome, Flawless family. I am so excited to be here today with Allie and Jason to talk about our Flawless Wellness workshops. Before we begin, I just wanted to take a moment to dedicate this Flawless talk to all the folks that work with us in our Flawless workshops, people who have mental health challenges of all ages and who inspire us every day to do this work. So I just wanted to take a moment to dedicate this Flawless talk to them. So when we gather at Flawless, we always start by asking each other how we're really doing. So it's not the like, how are you fine? It's taking it one step further. So Jason, great to see you. How are you really doing today?
Hey Janine, great to see you too. Also, Allie, thanks for being here. Love everybody here. But how am I really? I'm doing well. I'm excited. I just got through with my first half of my master's program. I'm so excited about that. And I'm also feeling a bit under the weather. So, that's not great. But hydrating and making sure I drink all the Pedialyte and electrolytes and things like that is working out for me so far. So overall, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, it's good that it's the weekend. I mean, you've had a busy few weeks of
Yeah,
ending your semester and traveling. So no wonder you're feeling a little under the weather. I hope you can nip it in the bud this weekend.
Mm.
me
Allie,
too.
how are you really doing?
I'm good today. I've had a really nice morning and I'm excited to continue my day. I had a really good cup of coffee this morning and frankly, it started me off right. So I'm good to go. Nice to see you, Janine.
So good to see you too.
Ian, how are you really?
How am I really? I'm really, really, really excited this morning because I read this wonderful article about a new football documentary that's on PBS from the area that we work in, Belglade. And it was so exciting because it's exactly what we're working on as well. So that it just, I woke up to that, reading that news in the Palm Beach President. It was like so exciting. So I'm really excited about that. And I also am feeling a little what's the word? Concerned about the I read your questions for next week. So between some work with our client and the Michigan State incident tragedy last week that we're going to be talking about on Tuesday, I was feeling a little heavy about that this morning. So both things were going on at the same time. But thank you so much for your thoughtful questions on that, Jason. I'm looking forward to continuing the theme of how sports can heal. Good stuff. So, Jason, as we talk about our You Are Flawless Wellness workshops, can you share with everyone all the different ages and kind of people and populations we work with on the workshops?
Yeah, of course. We work with all ages, various populations starting at about 9 years old or so, through older adults, at-risk youth, adults with mental health challenges, some who were unhoused, right? High school students in a leadership program, and then previously incarcerated youth, and also college students. Kind of work, there's a lot, there, as far as how many people we work with in the
Right.
population.
You were just with me. That was really fun. That was the first time we did 48 high school students who
Well,
were in a
yeah,
leadership program, and that was a big one. That was really great.
and that was
So,
awesome.
yeah, that was great. So really everyone, people of all backgrounds and experiences, and it's really so rewarding. And Allie, can you tell us what we do? How do we start with the Post-it notes, which I actually have some written by the kids with me. Oh, here we go.
I have some too. Ooh,
Love
okay,
it.
so sure. In our workshops, a flawless team member leads a group of people with anywhere from 5 to 10 people in each group, and we pass out pens and flawless post-it notes. Mine are blank, so you can have some if you want some. And each member writes something that they think is flawless about themselves on their post-it note, and we have everyone say their response out loud, and everyone snaps or claps after they're shared because this encourages a lot of positivity amongst the group and personal self confidence with each person. And then we put these post it notes on a nearby door, a wall, or a window. And it's really wonderful.
Right. And then they get to take them home afterwards, like a little love note, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's so great. And then what do we do, Jay?
Typically, each person writes something flawless about the person sitting next to them, maybe to their right, to their left, whatever. And we then say, each of these flawless attributes out loud because that's very important. And then each person says, obviously, thank you to encourage accepting compliments, as this can be very hard to do. I know this is, a difficult feat to, accept compliments, as we all know.
Yes.
And they also receive snaps or claps after they share, depending on who's there. I love the snaps.
Yeah.
We put these on the same door, wall, or window to spread joy and connection. After the workshop, the participants can take them home and kind of put them wherever they want, at their house. So it's awesome.
Yeah, I had so much fun this morning going through a few of these. This one is, I'm good at art. I'm sorry, drawing, dancing, cooking. I'm proud of being kind, nice, and smart. So sweet.
Awesome.
This one said, I'm good at reading. I'm more good at being respectful. I'm proud of me. I love this one.
They're always so good. My favorite one from Project Lift, a girl wrote, I'm flawless because I am alive. Oh, it was so sweet and wonderful. It was incredible.
Great memory. I forgot about that one. Yeah, that was so beautiful. All right, let's show everybody how we do this. Let's do a quick round. We're so experienced at this. We can just really say good things about ourselves right away. So let's start with you, Jay. What is flawless about you?
Well, for me, what's flawless about me? I'm flawless because I am helpful and considerate of everyone. I come in contact with, a lot of people throughout the day. So I just try to make sure I'm helpful and considerate and kind and everything like that. And we only see a portion of someone's day, week, and or year, right? So being a light for someone has always been something I strive to do every day. And just a smile a day can, change your life.
So true about you. So true about you.
Allie?
Yeah, sure. I am flawless because I am incredibly kind. I have a lot of graciousness and I treat other people with a lot of respect.
So true. Beautiful.
Janine, what's flawless about you?
What's flawless at me is I really show up for people when they need me. And on Thursday night, I was in an airport. And it was a small airport in Virginia, and right next to me was a flight to New York, and my flight was super delayed. And I got a text earlier from my best friend since I was 5 that her daughter, who I love so much, I've known her since she was born, she's 24, she had a little accident and was in the hospital and hurt herself very badly. And her parents, my friend, were in Florida on vacation. So I said, I have a New York flight right here. I'm going right, and I'll go to her in the hospital. And they're like, that's so kind of you. Don't be silly. But you all call me Mama J. This girl, I've known her since birth. Mama J had to be there. But then we went back and forth, and she had enough support. Her aunt was there. Her sister was there. The parents could not get out of Florida till the following night, but it all worked out. But I just really, I take everything we talk about all the time at Flawless about really showing up when people are down and really being there and connecting. I put that into practice for real.
Love to hear
Thank
it.
you. Thank you. Okay, so I'm not sure you two said thank you when we.
Thank you.
No.
We did ourselves.
You don't have to say thank you. Okay, I'm not getting the routine here. Okay, all right. Now we do the thank you. Did I just say? Oh, I said thank you for the snaps.
Yeah, snaps.
Okay, let's now do the what's flawless about each other. How we'll do this. Jason, you want to start to
I'll say something.
Allie to me and me to Jason. Okay.
Cool. So Allie is flawless because despite her endless talent, intelligence, everything that she has, she's just so humble and easygoing. And she's literally become my favorite human being. So that's why she's famous.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Jason. That was very kind. All right, I'm next. I think Janine is flawless because she works really hard to spread as much knowledge as she can about the subject she cares about, especially mental health.
Oh, thank you so much. That means a lot. Jason is flawless for so many reasons, and you both are flawless because you're so multi-talented. But the thing that stands out to me, Jason, is the way you show up for people and how kind you are. And at our workshops at MHA, that folks are always asking for you. Where's Jason? Where's Jason? And you make such a big impact quickly. And the way you picked up the other day, because they were asking for you on Valentine's Day, and you picked up on the FaceTime and FaceTimed with them, that meant so much to them. They were asking for you, and you just spread so much Valentine's Day love that day. And that's why you're flawless.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So we do that in our workshops, and the post-it notes, and everybody writes them down, like we said, and they go up, and everybody gets to take them home, which is so sweet. And we also put on, oh, you can't see it so well, put on tattoos, right? Anybody want to talk about the tattoos? Tattoos, we give out flawless tattoos.
They're perfect.
Yeah.
Love the tattoos. Everybody loves the flawless tattoos.
Right?
Yeah, I've seen them on necks, heads, arms, hands, whatever, anywhere.
I know. And they always, if people ask to take them home, which is fun, and give them out. And I just, the way especially the kids, I get, it's mostly when we work with teens, they get really creative.
Yeah.
A lot of them, they ask for a lot of them. And I know the neck ones are so beautiful. So that's what we do with the tattoos. And the other thing we do is so the workshops sometimes we work with folks for a long period of time every week. Sometimes we just go in once, like we did at that high school for the leadership program. So when we do things more in depth, we will then ask the folks we work with, like, what does flawless mean to you? And I don't know what it is. Every kid we meet draws amazingly. I can't do art at all, but they do these amazing pictures, and then we turn them into postcards. Show and tell time on the postcards, right? Oh yeah, right.
Let's see, I have 3.
Amazing. Like, so this one says, girl, you be flawless, do you, boo boo. And I love that one.
So cute.
I know. And this is right. This is, I have it here: forever, laughter, attitude, wonderful, logic, example, social, share emotions. And then, yeah, and that one, the girl that made this beautiful sneaker, the next day ended up in a facility because she was having like serious mental health challenges. That one is like so special in my heart. She got better and everything, but just reminder of how. So I wanted to share something about this one because I found this picture. I think, Jason, you were with us when this boy who was involved with the criminal justice system in some form drew this road to flawless.
Yeah.
And he wrote F, feel good, L, live life, A, avoid conflict, W, win, L, love, E, express yourself, S, self-care, S, scented candles, stay flawless. And what I think is so neat about this is that we didn't talk about this. We didn't say, oh, take the word flawless and write things. But he saw this postcard that was made by, this boy had autism. And he saw this and did this activity just on his own. Yeah. And then it makes me think about the beautiful letters we got from Bo Mariana, Allie. Mm-hmm. So what they're learning by, sending, but just by example, the example we're leading. You want to talk a little bit about that beautiful card you got from Bo Mariana?
Actually, although I do not, it's actually right here. I did not prepare to be pulling it out, but I do keep it with me because it's incredible. She wrote, Miss Allie, you are very special to me. You opened me up to dancing in public, love and kissing, beautiful lady, love, God always with you, love, Bo Mariana. Really incredible. So a lot of the workshops I have done involve building creative skills and providing safe spaces to foster more positive environments. So I taught a lot of dance classes. The dance classes I taught were often very simple, but a lot of the girls at Project Lift really enjoyed them because it gave them a chance to move their bodies in a fun way. And we encourage staying physically healthy in a way that builds confidence, and they can bring these skills and dances outside of our workshops. I once had a girl tell me that she really enjoyed our dance classes because she loves dancing with her dad. And it was something that they could do together. Like she would set her phone up wherever and just dance around with her dad. And it was like me teaching her class was something she could do with her family. So the classes we had helped to foster connections with other people. And Bo Mariana wrote me this note because when we started, I spent about a month and a half, 2 months with the girls at Project Lift. And when we started, Bo Mariana was very shy, very, very shy, didn't really want to speak up, didn't have a lot of confidence in herself. And then as we did these dance classes, she warmed up a lot more and became a lot more confident in herself. And we were writing these post-it notes. We'd done the activity, we'd done a dance class, and we do these creative recycled materials workshops as well. And this was in a recycled materials bin, and she just decided to write us notes. And it was, I like cried. It was really, really lovely.
Yeah, so she wrote one to me that said, Flawless is a great brain health company. And I've never met people who made me feel as comfortable as they do. It was like the sweetest thing. And again, I think it was prompted maybe by the Post-it note activity. Like,
Right.
because it was so random. We were doing art and she wrote these notes to us. You know, we were doing art. So we do a lot of different activities. Again, the curriculum depends on who we're working with. We've worked with, like we did our regular workshop with the Post-it notes and self-care items with some moms whose kids were all involved with the criminal justice system. And it was really incredible working with the moms because we knew the kids and the moms, and that was really special. But we, as Allie said, we do these recycled art workshops, and the kids are so creative. It's just amazing. And the adults, we do them with adults too, but they just make these incredible, it's like a museum when we're done of the things that they create. And it's always great to be green and use recycled materials. That's something I learned. I worked in some schools that started in Italy, in Reggio Emilia. So anybody who knows about Reggio Emilia and the nursery schools there will know about these recycled material art projects that stimulate so much creativity. So we do that, and then take it away, Jay, on the self-care and everything you teach, and the backpacks and the wish lists.
Yeah, so
Backpacks, we haven't showed them.
Yeah,
Backpacks.
Backpacks.
Thinking of Dora and her backpacks. Backpacks.
Yeah, so we have all these backpacks. I started Backpack Friday way back when, because, just as a reminder for, just like my family and just leaving my family to go to college. And I just kind of brought my backpacks as just a reminder of my family and just have a different, kind of family for myself. And it kind of just became a thing for Flawless. So we began to sell these backpacks and give them out.
Right, Etsy store. Thank you,
At
Allie.
the Etsy store, and also during the workshop. So those are awesome. But check out the Etsy store for sure. But also it led to like backpack workshops where we teach people about self-care. I love doing the presentations about what we can do to uplift others and things like that, both ourselves and others. And then we bring the communities we work with our backpacks and do meditation, aromatherapy, face masks, everything, right? Making sure everybody's eating healthy, staying hydrated, things like that, water bottles, everything. So it's really exciting because the positivity encourages them to start thinking about their own mental health and their own self-care and how it can be incorporated even in small ways into everyday life, right? Like that's kind of what we also talk about, just making sure, like even jump ropes, just working out and doing that for not just for your physical health but also for your mental health. everyday life. And I remember doing a nutrition workshop too, which I already mentioned before, with the guys at Project Lift, including, the healthy foods. I want to say there were definitely grapes there. I love grapes. And the other fruits like strawberries, things like that. Like I said before, just reminding them to eat healthy. And after the workshop, we asked like them for their wish list, which we kind of do for most of the backpack workshops. Like ask for a wish list for self-care items, and then we returned the next week with backpacks with most of the items on their wish list, and they lit up. I know Allie has a story about when Daniel like brought back. Or he talked about a book, and then you all were able to find the books for the kids. So, like even stories like that are amazing within those backpack workshops. So.
I think I think Allie and I talked about how amazing it was that the things that they put on their wish lists were substantial and meaningful, that they asked for a book that was, a college level book that, Daniel read it in one of his classes. So the modeling from you all when you present to the kids is so wonderful.
Mm.
And what an immediate impact to see that they're not asking for candy in their backpack.
Yeah.
Or face masks and candles and all the things. It's so
basically everything from the workshop they wanted in, their backpacks and stuff. So that was amazing to see that impact.
I think it's also important to point out that a lot of the communities we work with do not have access to hygienic care. And so when they put things on their wish lists and when we buy them, it often means a lot more because we are providing them something that they don't normally have access to in a way that isn't, perhaps this isn't the right way to phrase it, but not embarrassing or humiliating in any way. It's just here's a backpack with some things in it that we think you'd like. And it's something that they can own and be confident in and make themselves feel better.
Yeah. And thanks for reminding me, Allie. So I have a great story to share. This summer I was in Georgia helping out at a therapeutic horse farm, and there was a grandmother there visiting her grandchildren, and we started talking, and she makes the most beautiful, it's like art, these artisan soaps with fresh herbs. They're so beautiful, colors and patterns, they're really gorgeous, and she sells them. And I don't know how she said, oh, I used to live in Florida. And then we started talking. I don't know how we got onto it, but I was talking about the backpacks and giving self-care items. And when I got home from Georgia, there was a box of 50 beautiful soaps that I was able to bring to the boys, and they loved them. It was like such a sweet, special thing to do. So yeah, hygiene and taking care of yourself makes you feel so much better, as we know, right? So providing those things. One other thing I want to because it's just kids with nutrition, I just want to point out this fun day we had where it happened to be Mental Health Day in Palm Beach County. They have this Get Your Green On Day, because green is the color for mental health awareness. And we went and brought all these green foods. So I had green juice, green kombucha, vegetables, grapes, all kinds of things. And I was so proud of the boys. They were, 13, 14, 15, had never tasted any of these things before. And they were so good about tasting everything. And I couldn't believe how cooperative they were. I expected but they were just great. And I brought those lit up green things, and they were decorated. We just had a party around green foods, everybody. How wonderful is that? Yeah. So that was fun to share the food with everybody that we work with I think that's been a nice part, bringing the snacks.
That's often their favorite part, the snacks, especially when it's at Pure Place. You always have some amazing nutritious snacks, and they love them.
Yeah. So favorite memories. So you can share a favorite memory, Allie?
Sure. So my favorite memory from a workshop was with the moms from Project Lift. So many of the moms were so positive about the care they provide for their families and other families, and were so proud of their children and just being mothers. They were so gracious with themselves and each other, especially in circumstances that can be so pressing. And they maintained fun and composure at the same time. And it was just a really beautiful experience when we had lunch with them. It was very wonderful.
There's a real sisterhood there, wasn't there? Like a
For
real
sure.
community that that I'm so glad you brought that up, because we think so much about the kids and working with the kids, and we work more with kids, and that is so important, is supporting the adults who are with the kids all the time. And that's why we also, another thing we do is we bring these backpacks and we help the staff at all the places we work, all the schools, all the programs. We support the staff with appreciation days and give them backpacks and self-care items and snacks and all of that on, right? And then we got our donation of 500 yoga mats, and we were able to give out one school, we gave 100 yoga mats to them, and the staff took them, and so, which was great. But thanks for that memory and that thought about remembering to take care of the adults. It's so important. How about you, Jason? Any favorite memories?
Yeah, some of my favorite memories come from, like I just mentioned before, Peer Place. Those are, amazing people, amazing individuals. But sometimes, they have hard days. They have hard weeks, things like that, especially during holidays. So you and I went the Monday after Thanksgiving, which was this November. And we visited, and we asked how are they doing? Really, they expressed to us, there was a little bit of difficulty, because some of them aren't, with their families, and the building was closed. Like the Peer Place building was closed throughout the holidays. So, that was kind of a difficult time for them for sure. And honestly, how are you really is, important in that aspect, because now we know, how to talk and, things like that, communicating a little differently, once they're, talking about how they really felt. But once the workshop was over, they really expressed how grateful they were for us to be present and be in the moment with them. And it really brought into perspective how important the work we do at Flawless is for everyone we encounter.
That's that's a very special moment to share, because it's a little bit serious. We have so much fun.
Yeah.
Most of the time we're dancing around, we make TikToks, having fun, we're singing, and we've broken out into karaoke at Pure Place. I love that you chose that, because I feel like I'm tearing up a little bit thinking about it, because it really that was intense for me to see the impact of the little connections we have. We think they're little connections, but they're big.
Yeah.
Like during the holidays, they were closed, and this is the only time that these folks have any social connection. So they're stuck at home, really challenged at a tough time of year. So thank you so much for bringing that up. It's really sweet. And Carlos and I were once reviewing workshops, and actually we did a video together about it, because it was talking about how simple it is, but it's like magic. And I'd love to ask you both, how could this be so simple? Or just saying, hey, I like your smile, or, what do you think it is that makes the connection and the magic happen? Because every single time we go, right, you leave and your life has been changed. Every single time. It's no matter what. What do you think that is? Do you have any ideas?
Allie, you want to start?
Sure. I think we foster a lot of kindness in the workshops we do that are not often found in public spaces that most of our community end up facing. And to provide a space to feel safe, even for just 30 minutes of a workshop, can be very changing for a lot of people who are not used to having kindness or discussions, not necessarily directly about mental health, but discussions regarding things that can uplift their mental health. So no one is ever attacking who people are as themselves, and there is only ever upliftance in the room. Yeah. And I think that is where the magic comes from, because we provide time and space and listening for people who do not often receive it.
Yeah, I agree
Yeah.
100%. Thank you so much. I would also like to add that we are genuine. Like everybody, that works for Flawless does it for a reason. Like we all want to be here. We all want to help. We all want to, support, whether it's the kids or the people at Peer Place, the moms, whoever we're like kind of talking to and doing workshops with. It's a genuine care and genuine kindness that kind of comes from us, and that's how we kind of get that result that Allie's talking about. So yeah.
Yeah. I think also, as you're both talking, those are beautiful sentiments. I think it's also the way we come in looking through the lens of flawlessness, of love, of light, not through disability or whatever, or incarceration or whatever they were dealing with. We come in looking at their divinity and their light. And it's a very equal thing because we're talking about ourselves too. It's like not like, oh, we're the experts on this at all. We're all sharing our human experience. How are you really doing? So I think it's, like you said, genuine. We connect in an authentic, genuine way. I want to end by just sharing like my favorite things about these workshops are you all, you co-facilitating with you. And Allie, you didn't have any formal training in working with these populations. I mean, both of you didn't have any formal training in working with these populations. And the way you especially some of the situation, teaching dance, and we're like, it was, very chaotic, or a million kids. And like, it was just the way you had were able to handle anything thrown at you with so much love and so much kindness, and all the diverse populations. I mean, it just is so moving to me. I just really want to acknowledge you for that. And then, yeah, and
Thank you,
that's
Janine.
definitely my favorite thing is your leadership, both of you. And then what I said about you again, Jason, it's like, it's a quiet love. It's quiet. And it's so beautiful. I keep going back to these FaceTimes because it's just the sweetest thing for you to pick up, when they're asking for you. I remember, and when I'm saying about quiet and very powerful love, I remember the very first time you were there, you were about to go off to college, and they were like, panic. They were like, we don't want you to go. And you said, don't worry, we can FaceTime. Like, you offered that up. I mean, it's just beyond. And so much kindness is just going to flow back to both of you in spades. I'm sure it is already from everything you've put out into the world. So I just want to thank you both and let you know that that's my favorite thing is your leadership. And there's a lot every time you open the newspaper, right? Like we open newspapers, but every time, you turn on your computer and it pops up, there's all this stuff about your age, college students being, struggling with their own mental health and being disconnected, and you two defy all of that. And I really am so grateful to you both for sharing all that connection and acceptance and flawlessness with the communities we work with.
Thank you so much, Janine.
Thank you.
And as always, we are so grateful for the work we are privileged to do with our communities.
It's always so wonderful to spread flawless love to everyone we encounter.
Stay flawless, everyone.
Stay flawless. # you are flawless. It's on the shirt.
Oh, yes, our shirts.
It's on the shirt. You are flawless.